stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning, everyone. Happy post bullshit day. Yeah, post bullshit. It is exactly why I'm choosing this topic. Exactly why. All right, still got to share on Facebook. I'm not moving that fast today. Looks like somebody was here. They kind of left, maybe. I don't know. Good morning, Jillian. Half the time I don't know what's working, what isn't. I have to redo everything every time. Yeah, huh? Yeah. I didn't even look at the results till this morning. I'll just say it slightly made me happy, but that's as far as I'm like. This is about the only political thing that I'll say. I haven't shared to Facebook yet, so I'll do that while I'll tell you that while. What I did notice was this, that every state that voted blue are also the worst states for recovery. Yeah. Yep. It's what I, and I don't even know if that's political, but gosh, it's kind of a quinky dink, but that's not what we're about. I mean, we are, but we aren't, right? So that's as political as I will get. I voted, so I get to talk shit, but we don't do that here. And I don't really like talking shit anyway. It doesn't do any good. Talking shit just means I'm talking shit about somebody. And what do we call that here? We call that gossip. Call that gossip, I know that my family's kind of political, and I don't like being deemed something. I'm not Republican, but that's what they like to call me. It's just, and it doesn't even have to do with politics. I will tell you that now. What it has to do with is that I'm the black sheep, that I think differently. I'm the only person in the family that's willing to heal in the family, but everybody's in recovery, or they're psychologists, or they're, it's bullshit is what it is in my own family. I'm like, okay. But now, they begged to get me sober, for me to get sober. I got sober, and now I'm Republican. See, it's just being called one name after another. That's right. But this did affect us. The voting does affect us, unfortunately. That's the unfortunate part. But that's for a different topic. It is, but it does affect us. Yes, it does. Sober livings, recovery coaching, where the money is sent, no more public service announcements for AA and things like that. Very much it affects us. And what they need to do is get the fuck out. All right. If you're here, please say hello. Julie and I are having fun, but now we're going to get to topic, which is humility. I'm going to be reading out of the 12 by 12 today. The page will be 74, at the bottom of 74. It's already the 6th, and I'm tired of talking about the 11th step, so I picked something else. Refreshing. All right, let's get started. I did do that. All right, let's switch back to chat. But good morning, everyone. I hope everybody is having a good day. Things can feel up in the air. Hi, Brand. Your picture looked just like Jillian's. Almost exactly like, except your hair is red. Otherwise, I would have noticed you. But hi, Brand. It's good to see you. It's good to have you here. So, what is this? Well, we got to be good winners, and you can't be a sore winner or a sore loser, and that's what's going to happen today. Sounds good, Jillian. Thanks for the heads up. I'd rather you focus, so I appreciate that. Is that a shooting star? I like that. I'm a shooting star, my friend. I'm so old I'm getting ready to burn out, though. Bad joke. Just a joke. All right. This improved perception of humility starts another revolutionary change in our outlook. Our eyes begin to open to the immense values which have come straight out of a painful ego puncturing. Until now, our lives have been largely devoted to running from pain and problems. Yeah. And this isn't okay. So Colorado isn't really good for this stuff, right? And anybody that was really helping already left. They packed up and left. They got tired of trying to do something. I personally, and the excuses I hear, like, well, it's just too expensive, and I kind of want to move out of the state too, so I could be more helpful. But gosh, God gave me an assignment. You think for 1 minute I'm going to deny what God is asking me to do? No. But yeah, I do want to move out of this state. I hate this fucking state. Actually, I love this state. I love it so much that change needs to happen. Yeah. Right down to the central office, my friends. They're ignoring me now. I should get them in touch with the last people that ignored me. Yeah. Now they got written up. They're in trouble. Jobs are on the line. Yeah. You bet your ass. It's advocating. I'm tired of going to shit meetings. Tired of it. I'm just tired of it. Yeah. I'll be posting up in all the AA groups what is going on, because it's clearly that nobody's passing the message, and central office certainly will not get off their ass to do something. Yeah. I'll be calling World Services today, see what I can do to remove that person. Or just make my own. I'll open another central office. This is humility, and it's being able to see things a little bit more clear and what needs to happen. A lot of people think I'm angry. No, this is passion, my friends. You don't want to see me angry. I don't want to see you angry, right? This isn't anger. Is it frustration? Do I get angry? Yeah. Is it resentment? No, it's what needs to be done. So we fled from them as from a plague, right? See, I'm not going to run from this problem. Everybody else is putting their fucking head in the sand like fucking ostriches around here. This is what I hear a lot. Oh, Dion, you're doing great work. Good. Can you help me? Well, I've got to pick my toenails later, Oh. Morning, Gary. Good to see you, man. We never wanted to deal with the fact that suffering, escape via the bottle, was always our solution. Character building through suffering might be all right for saints, but it certainly didn't appeal to us. Oh, yes, I'm laughing at that. I am. With this comes suffering. There's a lot of people suffering today. Okay. And what we're doing is we're allowing people we don't even know to control our lives. People that don't even know us. Okay. It's like crying over a football game. They don't fucking know you. They don't know you. Sorry, but no, we got to stick to facts here, man. I like football. I do whine when my team loses, but I'm not going to let it ruin my day. I'm a Bronco fan. I'm used to losing right now. Yeah, people are like, oh, this is our year. I'm like, we're not even going to the playoffs, my friends. I don't want to go to the playoffs. I don't want to get my butt kicked on national TV. No thanks. All right. But they're still going to try, aren't they? They're going to try and get there. That's the goal. Okay. Then we looked at AA and listen. Everywhere we saw failure and misery transformed by humility into priceless assets. See, that failure and misery cannot be transferred transformed into priceless assets without humility. And without humility, you'll never even see it or know that it's going on. You will say things like, I'm doing the next right thing. Well, here's the thing. You don't know what the next right thing is. You're an alcoholic. You don't know what the next right thing is. No, you don't. You got to ask. I ask God, what's the next right thing? What's the next right thing? Every now and again, I don't think he's doing the next right thing. And you know what? I fuck it up. I'll send an email I'm not supposed to send. I will have to make an amend. I will chew somebody's ass out that didn't need chewing. See, it doesn't matter whether people are doing right, wrong, indifferent, good, bad, whatever. They're still a child of God, and there's an appropriate way to do things. There's a right way to do it. Now, if we were supposed to become working members of society, and you see something, report it, for God's sakes. Do something, but stop pulling out your phone. Help me, help me. Okay, go ahead. 911. Oh my God, do you know how many views this will get me? I think what it should happen, if something's going on and you're recording and you should have called the police, that your phone shocks the fuck out of you. How about that? Okay. I understand it. I wanted to fit in all my whole life. Yeah, I still kind of want to fit in. Go through it all my whole life. And when that popularity train gets a hold of you and you feel like you're finally a part of something, what you get is this fake pink cloud. Okay. We call it toxic positivity. Oh, you got to be positive. Be positive. Be positive. Nowhere in the big book does it say be positive. What it says is you need to have a good attitude. I can be angry and have a good attitude. That's the point. That's progress. That's humility. That's something. The other stuff is just fooling around. Okay? It's like when you're in self-pity and you write a gratitude list. I'm happy I have a roof over my head, but other people don't. Are you really grateful for that? Now think about that shit. Just stop spouting shit and say something. That's you. Quit parroting everybody else. Certainly steal lines if you need to, but be inexplicably you. It's scary as fuck. People will leave because now they're like, okay, this person has discovered, because I'll tell you what happens. Because what comes with that is boundaries. And when people find out you have boundaries, they can no longer manipulate you, and they will leave without a word and go somewhere else to talk shit about you. Remember how they were talking shit about other people? Well, yeah, they're going to do it to you too. In fact, you're next in line. If you're talking to somebody and they're talking shit about somebody, the next person they talk to is going to be about you. And now you didn't agree with them, and you were wrong, and you. Good riddance. Good riddance, my friends. God is not going to let you miss out on anything. You may think you're missing out, but just wait a year and watch what happens. Watch what happens. Yeah, Mayor. In every case, pain had been the price of admission into a new life, but this admission price had purchased more than we expected. It brought a measure of humility, which we soon discovered to be the healer of pain. We began to fear pain less and desire humility more than ever. Now, listen to what it says. We began to fear pain less. So, was our fear lessened? Or are we feeding the right wolf? Yeah. Do you know that one? You got two wolves in your head. One's bad, one's good. Who wins? The one you feed. the one you feed. It's not up to the wolves. It's up to you. Are you going to have a good attitude today? Man, I'm angry. Yeah, but are you going to have a good attitude? Yeah, I am. Yeah, you could be in a bad mood and have a good attitude. I tell you, I come on here all the time. I start out, you guys, I'm in a bad mood today. I will do the best that I can. What do? I just let you know I'm in a bad mood, but you know what? I'm going to power through that motherfucker. We're going to come out on the other side and we're going to make it. Because that's what happened last time and the time before, the time before, time before, and time before. Did you know humility is also courage? Humility equals courage. That is the dividend for humility is courage. Yeah. I'm going to be gone for like a minute, but the heat is on to fucking full blast and I'm going to turn it down. So, give me a minute. I'm lying. I love you, but I am back. All right. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate that. And the kids did, yeah, they did. They heard me coming up the stairs and then they turned it down. Because he admitted me. He's like, I turned it up. He's like, it's been sitting at 70. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Okay. Put on a damn sweatshirt. Okay. Where were we? During this process of learning about more about humility, the most profound result of all was a change in our attitude toward God. See? Yeah. Attitude. Can you see how positivity doesn't really have much to do with your attitude? See, positivity is a feeling. Positivity is a dividend for doing a good job. Okay, positivity comes from doing esteemable things like helping somebody else out without them knowing about it. And quit going online and bragging that you're fucking helping people. We don't care. You're not. What you're doing is you're forcing somebody to do something so you can get what you want. Okay, the homeless don't want your fucking money. That's not what they're after. They're not after your thousands of dollars. What they want is enough to get drunk today. Okay? Or because not everybody on Skid Row or homeless is fucking alcoholics and addicts, my friends. You know what they want? Somebody who actually gives a fuck. And when you put a camera in their face, there is an expectation now. And that expectation is going to be money. Try putting a fucking roof over their head. Try getting them a job. Quit giving people fish for a day and teach them. This is the way that you do it, okay? Here's a fish. I've got 5 over here. Here's a fish. Now watch me. I'm going to show you how I caught these 5 fish. Why can't you do both? Why are you putting yourself in a fucking box, for God's sake? It's too cold, bud. It's not even that. You can go out there if you want, but I know you haven't figured out like yet. Come here. Come here. This is Jack. He's our newest. Look how fat he got. Say, I'm fat. I'm fat. I'm so fat. You're a newish one, aren't you? He's like, leave me alone. When we first got him, he's light as a feather. He's a street cat. He's a street, and you can tell too. He doesn't have much fear. All right. And this was true whether we have been believers or unbelievers. We began to get over the idea that the higher power was a sort of bush league pinch hitter to be called upon in only an emergency. That's what I did. Call them foxhole prayers. God, I'm in trouble. I need you. I know I haven't talked to you for a while, but I need you. And we'll ask for help. And a lot of times he will give it to us. But since it didn't come in the way that we wanted it to, we can't see it. And that's when we go back to the forest for the trees, right? Yeah. So it happens. The notion that we would still live our own lives, God helping out a little now and then, began to evaporate. Many of us who thought ourselves religious awoke to the limitations of this attitude. Refusing to place God first, we had deprived ourselves of his help. But now the words, of myself I am nothing, the Father doth the work, doeth the work, began to carry a bright promise and a meaning. I haven't met one alcoholic who has made it through single-handed combat. And we say single-handed combat because what do we do in the second and third step? Well, we stop fighting, don't we? That's the thing. If you're still fighting alcohol, you got to put up the white flag, man. You got to put up the white flag. You saw it in Looney Tunes all the time, right? Wile E. Coyote goes after the Roadrunner, it fails, and Acme Anvil falls on him. He's flattened, and he puts up a little white flag. It means he surrenders. So put up the white flag. You win, alcohol. Let them win. Let them win. Because if you don't, you will lose. You will lose. There is no real winner in this situation. Yeah, to be in this moment, you are absolutely right, Brent. To be right here, right now, listening to Dion. This isn't coincidence. This isn't by accident. This isn't when people come across my path, I tell them, you didn't meet me by accident. No, we will not be doing fighting. Kitty cats. I have one cat. He's meow. I'm old and I want my space. Meow. What he wants is his dad, and then somebody blocking him. But he will have to figure out how to get over his fear because the other cat don't give a fuck about him. In fact, the other Jack has been very cordial, understanding that he was not the head cat of this house. And he gave it, he's still being a dick. All right. Yes, I'm talking about my cats. A lot of cat drama around here. So now here comes the cool part. Okay. Good morning, Amber. If you're going to be knocking at the door and coming in, I'm going about 10 more minutes. Oh, now everybody's showing up. Who knows? If you want to, sure. I don't know. I'm not awake yet. We saw we needn't always be bludgeoned and beaten into humility. Yeah, you can actually do it all by yourself. You don't need pain. Pain is not a requirement for change. You can change just because you decided you wanted to. That's the 10th step. You did it in 4 and 5. You changed because you wanted to. Was pain a deciding factor? Sure, pain got your ass here. We call that the gift of desperation, right? Call that the gift of desperation. Oh, you know what? So, before I get back to this, Restream changed fucking everything. I mean, the whole setup, everything, where things are at. I have to set it all up. And Daryl, I think what happened was they changed the invite link on me. So I'm going to have to send you a new one. We're going to have to use a new one. That's what happened. Yeah, they changed. I mean, every time I go live 4 different places, and I have to put a description in every single one now. I actually have to add the destination. I have to do it all again, all over again, every single time I go live now. Before it was just set up, I went live. Now I have to redo it every time. Fuck that, dude. It's bullshit. I say that because every time they change their system, I have more work to do. Like you can't you can't go live on Facebook groups anymore, not through a third party app. They won't allow it. Nope. I have to go live and then I have to share it to my group, which consumes more time. So, a great turning point in our lives came when we saw for humility as something we really wanted rather than as something we must have. It marked the time when we could commence to see its full implication of step 7, humbly asking to remove our shortcomings. As we approach the actual taking of step 7, it might be well if we inquire once more just what our deeper objectives are. Each of us would like to live at peace with himself and with his fellows. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. It's never going to happen. But sure, I'd love it if everybody I met was peaceful and but even myself, I'm not quite there either, right? Each of us would like to live at peace. We would like to be assured that the grace of God can do for us what we cannot do for ourselves. We have seen that character defects based upon short-sighted or unworthy desires are the obstacles that block our path toward those objectives. We now clearly see that we have been making unreasonable demands upon ourselves, upon others, and upon God. Yeah, unreasonable demands, even on ourselves. Now, why would I make an unreasonable? That is old behavior. Why would I do that? Why would I create unreasonable demands? Well, if you had my life, you'd drink too. But I set up my own life. I did that. I did the manipulation. I pissed people off. John Barleycorn and I, our favorite game was leave us the fuck alone. Go the fuck away. That was our favorite game. Whatever I could do to make you go away. Shannon's the first person I didn't do that to. It just wasn't. I never even thought of it. Not with her. I don't know. The chief activator of our defects has been self-centered fear, primarily fear that we would lose something we already possess, or would fail to get something we demanded. Living upon a basis of unsatisfied demands, we were in a state of continual disturbance and frustration. Therefore, no peace was to be had unless we could find a means of reducing these demands. The difference between a demand and a simple request is plain to anyone. Yeah. You know, and it's called scatting. I'm scatting. I just went off on something because I fucked up some words. I had a example in my head, but it went away. Oh, I remembered it. So while I've been going through this, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Can I just call you Charles so I don't mess up your first name? I'm going to say Elise, but it's got that little kill day on the top. Elisa. So yeah, I tried, and welcome. It is good to have you. So yeah, fear that I'm not going to get what I want. Yeah. Now, you can take the fear that you're not going to get what you want and you can change that into advocacy. See, there's a right way to do this. Oh, I'm getting a fear because I'm not getting what I want. Are you stopping there? That's not humility. That's awareness. Now, what are you going to do about it? What action are you going to take to do this? Okay. Now, short version is this. There's a new detox coming. The people that are doing it have a shitty detox, and we're not willing to have that kind of detox here. So I made a list of demands, and they are demands. These do not happen. We do not support you. I have to put a demand in there. It is very valid in this case. Very valid. Okay. They're like, okay, we're willing to talk. Now it's no longer a demand. Now we're into advocacy. But see how I had taken a fear and used it to my advantage because God gave me some guidance. We don't walk away from these fears anymore. No. You put your fucking head, put your shoulders square, put up your chin, you walk. If it has to be slow and arduous, then do that. One little baby step at a time. That's okay. But at least you're moving forward. At least now you got some purpose in your life, because the worst kind of life is having no purpose. Those are the people that you can't get them and then they're dead because they killed themselves. Can't do it. That one hurts too much. That one hurts too much. All right. The seventh step is where we make the change in our attitude, which permits us, with humility as our guide, to move out from ourselves towards others and towards God. The whole emphasis of step 7 is on humility. It is really saying to us that we ought to be willing to try humility in seeking the removal of our other shortcomings, just as we did when we admitted we were powerless over alcohol and came to believe in a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. If that degree of humility could enable us to find the grace by which such a deadly obsession could be banished, then there must be hope of the same result respecting any other problem we could possibly have. But don't. Boom. Boom. But they're different. Let's go over it a little bit. Your obsession for. Hold on, I got a cat fight. What is going on? Get out. Now, you probably heard that's my angry voice, but it works. See, when it comes to kids, you know how it is. Can you put down the remote? Can you put down the remote, please? Put down the remote. Let's go to the third one. Don't build yourself up to anger. Get angry, get it over with, and then put down the remote. Then you move on. See, now listen to me the first time, okay? Okay. Then thank him for putting down the remote. Thank you for listening. Yeah. Okay. Just something I figured out. How come nobody listens till I'm angry, right? So the obsession, who knows when it was removed for you, because it's different for everybody. It's a matter of willingness, I believe. I don't know what the condition is. That's between you and God. That's between you and your higher power. But what the problem is, spray bottles. When I bring out the spray bottle, the cats go, pew! Fear. It's fear. Fear that they're not going to get what they want, which is to stay dry. Right? Now, when it comes to character defects, it's not like our obsession. See, your obsession for alcohol wasn't a feeling. Your character defects tend to be. And your feelings are not going to go away. Okay? Fear is not lessened. We get more courage. See, it's about understanding my character defects and doing something different. Doing something different. Or otherwise, what do I have? I have insanity. Which insanity is Dion's default mode. Yeah. So I think that's going to be it on this one. So today, do not be a sore loser and do not be a sore winner. I want to hear it. I want to hear about, yeah, I'm already seeing the jokes. There was one joke. Oh, I've never watched a View, but I'm going to watch it. I don't find this stuff funny. Okay. Everybody's a child of God. Everybody is a child of God. That's the way my life is. Beyond that, you might be this, you might be that, but really when it comes down to it, you're just another human being with a spiritual malady like me, alcoholic or not. And it doesn't matter. Everybody's got something. Really do. All right. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I love you.